bring you a political analysis on the KwaZulu-Natal landscape after the election bungle, as well as the passing on of the NFP leader. Our guest this afternoon is Sithembele Ndovela, a political analyst at the University of KwaZulu-Natal. A very good afternoon to you, Mr. Ndovela, and thank you very much for your time today. Earlier on, we woke up to the very tragic and unfortunate news of the passing on of the leader of the NFP. What impact do you believe that is likely to have on the political landscape in KwaZulu-Natal, specifically ahead of the local government elections?
Good evening, good afternoon, Tammy, and the viewers at home. I think the passing of Zanele Msibi will have some impact to the political landscape in the province of KwaZulu-Natal. It should be remembered that Zanele Msibi is a founder of National Freedom Party from Inkatha Freedom Party. This party was established in 2011, and she grew up in the IFP ranks, and she played a very important role in trying to grow the IFP in all the provinces, and we have seen IFP winning by-elections, even gaining support in a number of areas where it did not enjoy support previously. But coming back to your question, I don't think there will be much, impact that will be triggered by the passing of Zanele Msibi. It should be remembered that since from 2016, National Freedom Party had been experiencing electoral decline, and Zanele Msibi was sick, I think, since from 2014. And now within the party, there have been some leadership challenges. And recently, one of the prominent leaders of the party, who happened to be the mayor of Okahlamba, has resigned from the party, which showed that there is a serious problem. It is so unfortunate that she left the party in this serious quagmire. It is experiencing some shambles.
Your sentiments mirror the sentiments of the KwaZulu-Natal chair for the EFF, whom I spoke to a little bit earlier on today, and his view was that this could just be the end of the NFP. Do you think it's that dire? Could this be the end, or are there chances for resuscitation for the party?
No, I don't think this could be attributed to the end of the party. Remember, Zanele Msibi, as I've mentioned earlier on, that she experienced, this illness, I think, in 2014, and from there she was not active in the party. She will come maybe during the manifesto launch. She will get maybe a 15-minute slot to talk to the supporters. But some members within the party have been trying by all means, to try to manage the transition and also to cause calm within the party. But I think the NFP will continue to exist. However, there will be some challenges. I think now it will be the decisions of the members of the NFP as well, the leaders, to make sure that they implement the values that have been impacted by Msibi.
Another point that was brought up is the fact that the NFP was a very character-driven party centered around its founder. Now with her no longer being here, and you'll remember that when she did leave the EFF, there are some EFF members that left with her. What impact does her passing now have on the Inkatha Freedom Party, rather? Does that in one way or other strengthen the Inkatha Freedom Party, the IFP?
That will be not new. It should be remembered that in 2019, IFP enjoyed a huge electoral support. One may argue that the IFP have worked very hard to ensure that they gain a lot of support. But on my position, where I'm standing, my view is that the support that the IFP have gained started in 2016 when the National Freedom Party failed, to register its candidate or the party to be part and parcel of the election process in 2016. Then in 2019, there were members of the NFP who decided to go back to the IFP. This will not be new, because this is something that has been existing and it will continue to exist. And there was this, assumption that when the NFP was established or formed in 2011, there were these allegations that the former president JZ played a crucial role in assisting Obama to form the National Freedom Party. And then before the election in 2011, there was an agreement between the African National Congress and the National Freedom Party that after the election they will form coalition. Of which the formation of coalition, this is something of which the negotiations used to start after the election. Then this triggered some members of NFP to go back to the IFP. Then in 2019, it was just a confirmation of that. I won't say the passing of Zanele Mgwazana will cause other members to go back to the IFP, because this is something that's already been happening.
Let's focus then on the impact of the African National Congress not having submitted names for a number of wards in KwaZulu-Natal. How extensive is their non-submission, and how is that likely to impact them in the upcoming elections?
It's an undeniable fact that the African National Congress is facing a serious quagmire. It is in shambles. It should be remembered that the ANC in the province of KwaZulu-Natal is always keen and willing to win the district of Zululand, because that is where the ANC is facing some challenges, because it fails to register its party in that district. And remember, in the province of KwaZulu-Natal, the ANC wants to gain control in that province, because since from 1995, in the dawn of local government elections, it has never led that province up until in 2011, where the ANC was able to be in control of that province. They formed coalition with National Freedom Party, where that's where Zanele Mgwazana was the mayor of the district. But now, since the ANC failed to participate in these elections, particularly in that district, it will have a huge negative impact on the African National Congress, because I must state clearly that in that district, the dominant party is Inkatha Freedom Party, and it enjoys a huge support. But now, my anticipation is that after this election, the Inkatha Freedom Party might win all these local municipalities, and we must also take into cognizance that that is the district, that's where Umntwana Pindangene, the leader of the IFP, was born. And the people of that district, they are very loyal to the Inkatha Freedom Party. However, on the other hand, in other areas or local municipalities or districts in the province of KwaZulu-Natal, I cannot say there will be that much, negative influence, simply because in other areas the ANC enjoys a huge support. And remember, the supporters of the African National Congress are very loyal to the ANC. What they used to do, they decide not to participate at all in the elections if the African National Congress is not part of the elections. But this will be our measurement tool to check how our democracy has grown so far. Because I'm saying this, in districts like Umgungundlovu and Herigwala, Uku, Ilembe, that is where the ANC is dominant. We can use this as a measure, because after this election, that is where we will see whether the people of KwaZulu-Natal and the people of South Africa at large, whether they put ANC first or they put South Africa as a country first, because they have to vote.
Mr. Sithembele Ndovela, thank you very much for your time and your insight this afternoon. The impact of the ANC's non-registration of candidates in 33 wards in total in KwaZulu-Natal. They don't have ANC council candidates in 33 wards, and the impact that that will have on the upcoming local government elections, as well as the impact now of the passing of Mam Magwaza Msibi.